Hi Leos, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Astrogirl and we're looking at December 5 through 11. And the big news this week is Venus, the goddess of love and pleasure and money and relationships, moves into Aquarius, making this her second trip in Aquarius, your opposite sign in your seventh house of one-on-one relationships. She was there for Valentine's Day and she's seeing us out, which is quite unusual because normally all the planets get a go, not one go, but not two goes. So it's unusual. However, there's a counter indication that this is not a week to be experimental and push the boundaries. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because Venus and Mars, the planet of passion and energy, are both in Aquarius. And the thing about Aquarians is that they are what one would call a tumbleweed astrologically. They don't fix themselves. They keep on rolling. And in rolling, they gather a lot of moss with them, a lot of information, a lot of friends, a lot of acquaintances. If you know an Aquarian and you look how many people they have on Facebook, they usually have a lot of varied friends, people in business suits to people living on the street, from women in Vegas type, jazzy, snazzy women to very, regular women. Like they have like a lot of different friends from a lot of different genres and professions and backgrounds and all that sort of thing. And they can be they're very interesting people. However, Venus and Mars are both a bit adrift in Aquarius and, sort of all over the place, but never really anywhere. And so that's where you could be. That's where we could all be, but that's where you could be right now with your relationships and how you're dealing with, the upcoming holiday season, which can be extremely stressful. And it's really important that because Venus and Mars are in your relationship zone, that you're not zoning out when it comes to dealing with the everyday issues you may have with your partner, or the once a week issues you have with your best friend, someone you work with, one of your neighbors, someone in your family, all that sort of thing. There's a dismissive energy that Venus and Mars have sometimes in Aquarius, which means that you don't let your heart rule you. You let your mind rule you, and you think, this is ridiculous. I'm not having this conversation with somebody. But it turns out that it's because you're really actually just avoiding it. It's not because you don't have the conversation. It's because you don't want to. You're avoiding talking about what you need to talk about. All this is going to make a ton more sense over the next week or so. Right now, you may say, what is she talking about? But it's going to make sense come Thursday, Friday. Okay, have a great week, Leos. Great speaking to you. And I'll speak to you again next week.